Hello everybody and welcome back to Sagevivor. This is episode 6 and this episode was wild, but not for the kind of wild that we traditionally like. Unfortunately, this episode is going to end with somebody being kicked out of the game, just mainly for failing to follow rules, such as you can't have alt accounts in the Discord, and yes, we know about it. And you have to answer tribal questions, and you have to respect production. Genuine things. We do wish this person the best, and it's not like I'm trying to start a hate trip or anything, but you do know that this episode kind of has that caveat. That being said, despite the kick, the episode has a lot of content and a lot of positioning on where people are sitting and how they're feeling moving forward in the game thus far. So let's get into what people were thinking about the challenge this time. This challenge was letter number, so at random times we would give you a letter and a number, and you had to give a word that started with that letter and had that many letters of it. So like, for example, if I said D4 and you said date first, you would get the point. This went on for 12 hours, so a little bit of an endurance challenge, a little bit of a word and brain challenge. It was a nice little mix-up, and some did really well and some did not. Let's see how everybody felt about it.
So we had the tribal, and we ended up voting Link out. I did feel badly about it at the end, but it was just really hard to think of who else would have to go. So unfortunately, it was him, and we're moving on. We had our next challenge, and it was a word game challenge, and I was actually really looking forward to it. I was like, wow, I'm known as the reader. They're probably gonna expect a lot of me in this challenge, and me and Gumby were messing around, practicing a little bit the night before, but I was just kind of chilling with it. And then it comes to the day, and Donnie was just dominating. I was like, how is he getting these words so fast? I can't even think for half a second before he submits an answer. And I figured out that he had to have some kind of reference sheet. So I was like, okay, I need to make a document for the team, because we're never gonna beat him if he can post a 9-letter word in half a second, in 1 second, 2 seconds, not even, you know what I mean? So I built out this whole Google spreadsheet from the letters, from about 4 letters to 11 letters, and then expanded to 12 letters, and shared it with the team for them to reference if they wanted to or if they needed to. I was on for a long time. I was probably playing that game from 9 till 3. And I work from home, my job isn't really that demanding at the moment, so I can get away with it. But after a few hours, I was getting exhausted. I was like, guys, I need to check out. Donnie was dominating for a while. He was probably up at least 4 points from our team. And he was pretty much playing by himself for the most part. And then we were tying him back and forth for a while. So I took a break, and the team really was impressing me. And they took the lead by 3 points. I was like, that is amazing. And I was half playing in the evening because my husband came home and he doesn't want me to ignore him. You know, that's fair. So I was doing it on my phone, and I found that was so much better because your phone will autocorrect. So if you're referencing the word, you type it in your phone really quick, and it can autocorrect, and you can send it even faster because there's not going to be a typo. You know what I mean? So that was game changing. So I got a couple more points towards the end of the game, and the team had some clutch wins on some of those rounds in that last hour, and we cinched the win. We got the win, and I'm just so grateful. So we are sitting pretty today. We are chilling. Honestly, I'm really, really grateful that we don't have to go to Tribal, because everybody really stepped up and performed so well at the challenge. I was especially impressed with Nova. He was out at a spring or something, so during the day he wasn't really online, but he really stepped up when I needed a break. And I was just so impressed. This was a really great challenge to see how well our team performs, how the individuals perform, how everybody works as a team, and everyone really killed it. The only person that was kind of missing was Snowy, but he had stuff going on in his personal life, and he felt a little bad for being a little MIA. But honestly, the rest of the team stepped up so much, and I'm just so happy we won. If we had Tribal, I would have no idea who I would vote against, because originally I was like, okay, is Nova, I don't know that much about Nova. They seem a little more quiet, and I know Kaylee already, and James you know, has always been talking with me, but like Nova talks to me so much, and he like really, really performed. So now I'm like such a stan of Nova right now. He like moved up so much on my list of like people I adore. So, I don't know, maybe the next person I would vote out would have to be James now. Like, James is fine. Like, I like James. But out of all the relationships I have on the team, like, Nova's, like, knocked him down, you know what I mean? I'm just obsessed with Nova. He killed it. So, good luck to the other team on their tribal. I'm glad it's not me. And I'm interested to see what the next challenge will be. Hopefully it's not a live one. Maybe we can have, like, some time to, like, slowly complete the challenge would be nice. That's all I got for now. I will catch you later.
Finally free from that stupid, scary Sage Hotel of Horrors dump. And I have rejoined the Vaka tribe, and who would have known we won immunity as soon as I got back. So basically I feel like I'm the good luck charm, because other than the first tribal, which was a double elimination, I haven't gone to a single one, and I believe I'm the only person left that hasn't gone to a single other one. So clearly I have some sort of like magic power, because I have been safe except every tribal except that double elimination. But in terms of the new tribe dynamics, I have Daphne and James, which is nice because I trust them both, but at the same time they're both very good social players, and I don't want to sit with either of them at the end. So I have to work with them for now, considering those are my closest allies on this tribe, but I don't know how long to keep them around necessarily. And then we have Nova and Kaylee, who I knew from original Quavo. Nova's kind of... So we just had the exact same conversation that we already had at the beginning of the game, where he was asking me about like my major and everything I'm studying. Like, we already talked about this. Like, where are the social skills? So, and then Kaylee's like quiet. But then there's also Craig and Snowy, who I'm both meeting for the first time. Craig doesn't talk much, and he also, like, just based on his introduction to everybody, he seems like a super fan that I should watch out for, because he's gonna play hard, I think. And Snowy's kind of annoying, to be honest. Like, Snowy just says, let's vibe. That's like all he says all the time, and it's like constantly not on this plane, and it gets like repetitive. But those are the two people Daphne wants me to be aligned with, so I have to be fake for now, pretend that I'm friendly with them. I don't think there's a single person on this tribe that I want to keep till the end, so we'll see what happens.
What's up, guys? I might be a little cuckoo at the moment because I'm very high on endorphins. I just worked out, so keep that in mind. Basically, I'm gonna come run down everything that's kind of happened so far. Not too much to talk about. Episode 6, part 1. Let's get into it. The vote. How did the vote go? Link I voted out 6-1, right? I forgot the vote count. He got out unanimously though. Good for me. Kind of what I wanted. I mean, I know Craig and Snowy had an option or put a plan. They didn't put the plan into place, but they had an idea of possibly taking out Nova or Kali. Didn't want that. They're an ally for me, so glad it never happened. Kind of managed my way through that. We're good. Now that Link's gone, Gummy's back in. He was my own final 2. We're getting along pretty well. I'm happy because I need myself my final 2 in this game. I need to work with him. He's my go-to guy, kinda. I wouldn't say go-to, but he's the person I need at the moment. He's the one supposedly that's gonna take me down. So, see, I definitely do need to make more final 2 alliances. That's always a goal of mine. I kind of been slacking on that recently. So, need to work on it. 100%. And now that he's here, I've been trying to see how close he is to Daphne because of the whole Daphne, or him giving Daphne immunity. I'm trying to see like where is it at with that, but turns out, excuse me. Turns out he's not that close to Daphne apparently. I don't know how much I believe it, but he told me he randomized it. Again, do I believe it? Not too much. He did tell me that he didn't want to pick me because, you know, it'd give away that we're kind of like a duo, which I wanted. It's good. I don't want him to give me immunity. People see me as like because he is as a duo, you know. Kind of glad that happened, but he kind of has that duo thing with him and Daphne where like rumors are going around where they're close together. I don't know. Yeah. I have no idea what I'm saying right now, but yeah. Anyways, the big topic is what if I go to tribal council again? Because there's no easy vote. Link was an easy vote. Now we have no easy options. Everyone's active. Everyone's here to play and win. So it comes down to where the numbers are. Who's with who? And I would love to get Daphne out. I don't really need Daphne in my game. She doesn't really bring any benefit to my game. And I know she doesn't work with other people before me, so sorry, gotta boot you. I think it's just finding a way to get Kali and Nova to be like, yeah, it's a good idea to vote out Daphne. I know Nova wants to keep Daphne. Kali's kind of been like back and forth between both. Like, I could see her working with me trying to get out Daphne, but I need to work on Nova. I have great connection with Nova. We've talked about lots of personal stuff, I feel like, and I feel like that's kind of gotten us closer. I mean, I do like the person a lot. I do like him a lot. He's great. He's a great person. But in this game, though, I need him to vote with me, or just the way I kind of want to. At the end of the day, though, if he doesn't, it's not the end of the world. I mean, Craig and Snowy aren't like my closest allies. People I want to work with, but like down the line, I can't bring Snowy to the end. I don't think I can bring Craig to the end because they're both very like likable people. Snowy's also kind of like he has a lot of advantages, so. Yeah. I don't really know what I'm saying right now. Kind of just like saying random thoughts, but yeah. Craig is gonna try to get an alliance of me, Kali, Nova, him, and then Snowy, so maybe that's good for us, you know? I don't know. Maybe once that happens, we can take Daphne out. Good for me. I think Daphne's a good move. Yeah, I mean, this upcoming challenge, I'm gonna definitely try a decent amount. I don't want to have to, you know, force lines to be drawn. I don't want that to happen. I don't want people to start like getting all. I don't want to have any enemies. If I could go to tribal, I might make an enemy just because it's gonna be hard to please everyone like what they want for their own individual game. That being said, it'd be great. You know, it's pre-merge. Pre-merge. I want to make sure I have as little kind of like enemies going into the merge. I can like keep my options open. That way, like if there is a plan that goes down, I can kind of pick who I want to go with. I don't know. I'm a very sociable person. So, you know, I feel like as long as I'm able to keep my enemies to an absolute minimum, I'm always gonna have options in this game, and I'm always gonna have a way to get around the road. Yeah, it's kind of my confession. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I think I said this like 5 times, but I'll have more concrete plans probably next episode, later, you know, tomorrow. Hopefully, though, we can get Daphne. Why am I so like obsessed with saying that? Like it's not even the end of the world if I get Daphne out. Like if Daphne stays, I'm fine. Like she's not gonna come after me. I don't think she would. So yeah, I think honestly at this point in the game I have to kind of just chill maybe. That's the point, I have to chill. Keep my under the radar kind of gameplay. Make sure I'm not seeing this as a threat. That's a good point. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Peace out. End of confessional.
Alright, we are back in Tribal. 4th Tribal for me and Donut. Donnie's been talking to me a lot. I felt better about Donnie originally. I don't anymore because correspondence with Blueberry tells me that, by the way, Blue and Gumby are talking, or at least they were talking before the split, so that tells me that they're aligned. So let's hope that Gumby goes so Blueberry relies on me. Either way, Blueberry's been talking to me. Apparently, back in the first challenge, Donnie ended up using the Alliance money in order to buy himself essentially an immunity idol, which is a really big problem. I don't like it, because that shows what type of character he has regarding challenges. Granted, he's been really good on top of challenges recently, so there's that. So, and Donnie wants to work with me and Donut in maintaining his safety. And on top of that, I have, so essentially what that means is I have 5 out of 7 votes. I mean, yeah, so whatever I say or suggest has a high chance of going at this point, which is really good. So Donut and I are going to keep him around. We're going to keep Blueberry because Blueberry will also vote with me. And then we get rid of Rossi. Because it's like, if we keep Donnie around, Donnie becomes a really big meat shield later. And if we get him out either a little bit pre-merge or post-merge, like immediately post-merge, it's just gone. Because if he's staying on top of challenges while he's in our tribe, that's good. As soon as individual challenges start, gone. We need him gone. So yeah, it is what it is. That's the deal. I got my emotional support of Banana Pudding here. And I'm gonna be sitting in front of the computer for a bit and doing whatever. So, yay. Sorry there hasn't been any confessionals, not a ton of them before, but there wasn't anything to talk about, so.
Woo! So I am a bit worried about my idol, whether I should have played it to save Chase or not, but before we swapped, Craig was telling us about how he got given a disadvantage from Chase from the Island of Dead, and that advantage, what it would have done was that if he had an idol at the time, it would have actually broken his idol, so that actually freaks me out about the island. The people in Dead having more power than we initially thought, and it does make me think that maybe I should have used my idol at the chance when like I had the opportunity. Like it would have been like probably a pretty successful idol use. The only downside would have been James would have gone, but I don't know, I just wonder if maybe I should have used it like before it has the possibility of breaking. So I'm really just hoping that nobody on the Island of Dead is got any hard feelings of me so far. I think I'm in the good for now. We still don't really know how the island works. We don't know how many like disadvantage the people on the island get, so maybe I'm good now. Maybe they like do like, you know, a challenge themselves and somebody wins the disadvantage to give to someone else, but I think for now that I might be good. It's just very weird owning an idol. I've never had to like think strategically before in a game before. I never thought I would probably even ever have an idol in a game. I do hope I can save it either for myself or somebody that I think of as my number one. Right now, like speaking of number ones, I guess my number one is Vince. I don't really have like a choice in it. I do wholeheartedly believe that I am also his number one. He hasn't really spoken too much during the tribe swap, so I really hope he's not like cooking something else with like the others, because you know, for me, Donut, Mia and me, Donut, Mia and Vince, if we all stay together, we will all like have majority, like we can have majority through this tribe. The only problem with that is Donnie really scares me. He scares me a lot. He feels like a really strong player who feels like he would have like revenge if he got to the island, so I don't want to vote him up for that reason, because I have tried my best to be nice to him, but if I betrayed him, I do risk losing my idol. So it's safe to say that the Island of Dead scares me more than ever, because it's not just them like, you know, decreasing points in challenges, which they haven't actually done since like the second challenge, so I'm really wondering what else might be in store for them. I also do really miss my tribe mates. I really miss Craig and James and Snowy. I am very jealous that they're back with Daphne, I just hope that they are going to team up together because they deserve to. I think they could work really, really well together. I do wish I was with them, but I'm still glad that I am with somebody familiar, which is Vince. We've never been apart in Tribe Swap, which I think is really, really sweet. It makes me feel like we're meant to be. But I do believe they'll all be okay. I just hope that they're going to team up together because I think they will be really great together. I know that me and Daphne were in really good with Craig at the beginning, and I know Daphne really likes Snowy, so I really hope she continues that and she's with them all the way. And I just really believe in her, and I know that she can do this. I do really miss James, Snowy, and Craig a lot though. My DMs have felt kind of empty without them. I know they message me every day. Most of them would message me good morning, they knew my time zone, but with my new tribe it's not really the same like that. It feels kind of sad, kind of empty, even Vince hasn't been speaking to me as much. But I do hope to meet them up in merge.
Okay, so Tribal was not nearly as interesting as I wanted it to be. I was hoping that we could pull in Link and we could fake this whole split vote scenario and get out maybe Nova. But unfortunately, my partner in crime, Snowy, was very inactive yesterday. And he was much more down for this plan than James. James, really wanted to play it safe, not ruffle any feathers, which might be the smarter move, but it's also so boring. I'm dying for some chaos in this game. I want to blow shit up. I want to absolutely destroy my tribe from within. But no one seems to be about that life, so I guess I gotta pivot. So today I really worked on building my relationship with Nova and Kalia, and I think it's going pretty well. I just brought them into a 5-person alliance with James and Snowy, and they seem to be pretty on board with that. So now I just have to keep face with Daphne and Gumby until the time is right to get rid of them. So I was really hoping I would be able to throw this challenge and get Daphne out, but holy shit is she determined to stay here. She made a whole spreadsheet for this challenge. Like, she's a crazy competitor. She's a great social player, I'll give her that, but she's also such a horrible liar. Like, it's crazy that she still thinks I'm on her side. She ignores all my DMs unless absolutely necessary. She didn't even make the trio with me, her, and Snowy until we had to go to Tribal. Like, she must think I'm really stupid to not know that she's against me. Like, she couldn't be any more obvious. So, I'm putting in 0 effort to this challenge. I'm really hoping we lose, but my alliance is less on board with that, so I'll just have to hope for the best. Ideally, we lose, and I can start telling everybody how shady Daphne is. I was debating even exposing the original 6 and setting Daphne up and making it look like she created this whole alliance when really it was me and Snowy. So, if we can do that, and we can just keep losing every challenge, we can get rid of Daphne, we can get rid of Gumby. Hopefully we merge at 12, and we can reel over Donut and Donnie and have the numbers. Then I can start blindsiding all my old Alliance members, starting with Mia and Moon, because I don't trust them anymore. As much as it would have been nice to go to the Final Four with the girls, I have 0 trust in them, and I want to get them out of here as soon as possible. So, in the meantime, it's time to go put my little liar pants on and play nice with Daphne. But hopefully, I can get her out before the merge. That would really make...
Everyone, it's Blueberry, episode 6, confessional. Ignore the new background, ignore the new haircut, whatever. Let's just get to it. So, there's honestly, not much to talk about. I won, or our tribe won immunity, episode 5, which I didn't know if we would win. But, my points were the decider, and that's, just pretty cool. And, 2 main things I want to talk about here. One, I'm finding it, I found a break the peace advantage play it on someone at any time and they're like a piece of an idol will be broken and make it worthless, which is like kind of on the same track as an idol nullifier, I'm thinking. And the second main thing, so Gumby, he saved Daphne on the exile thing, something along the lines of that, and Donnie said, like, I'm trying to find it, give me like 5 seconds. Okay, so he said, "Hi, I'm Gumby, and this is my closest ally. Have fun targeting us." 1, you got it wrong, I'm his closest ally. And 2, like, that's just like fun to say about my closest ally, and he just doesn't know that, and I'm like on a Taylor Swift reputation era, revenge era, whatever, just get him back for that and just be as petty as I said I would be in this org. But like obviously not like petty and like petty for his personality, just petty in game, because yeah, this is all just a game. Donnie, he doesn't seem like a bad person, he seems cool, but like in the game I just know I want him gone. But honestly, that's like about it. Moonlight's cool, Mia's cool, I talked to Vincenzo a bit, like whole tribe seems cool, and hopefully I'm back for episode 7.
I'd probably be voted out right away, but yeah. It was a good day. It started out great, had fun, and we won immunity. That was the best part. But yeah, I do need to think about like my future plans, because time's a ticking, and I know it's not like serious right at this moment to like think about like too deep into the end game, but I feel like I've been here for like quite some time to like actually get my feet wet and pretty much just continue to play my own game, because I don't know, it feels like some things are too good to be true, and while others just happen the way it's supposed to happen. So literally, I don't know, it feels weird, almost too weird, but I feel good so far in my position of the game. I have a close-knit bond with 2 people that I'm really close with, but I'm also close with other people in my tribe, in my current tribe at least. Thank God we didn't have to go to tribal, because it would have been super, super tricky to navigate the vote, because I'm put in a 3-person alliance with myself, James, and Kaylee. And then Craig comes to me, asks me if I would join him in a 5-person alliance with myself, him, James, Kaylee, and Snowy, which was kind of an out of left field pick, but go off, I guess. So yeah, I feel like I'm playing pretty well, but I just sometimes overthink and kind of think that I might not be, because some people might be plotting other schemes behind my back. But like, I don't know, it just seems a little calculated, which I think in this game it has to be calculated, because if it doesn't, then like, what are you doing? Yeah, basically I'm kind of just rambling my thoughts so far, late night thoughts, because it is currently 12:38 in the morning. So literally midnight. But I usually go to sleep around this time now that I'm older, but
Okay, so right off the bat, I'm a little anxious and sorry, a message just popped up. I am trying to another message popped up. See, this is why like I can't do this looking at my phone because I have ADHD. Anyways, I'm looking away from it now, but it's been a while since I've been back to tribal. I feel like I've tried my hardest to make sure we weren't back in this position, or at least me. And it sucks. I don't want to deal with it, but I mean, I'm sure, like, I know, like, inevitably, like, I will have to deal with this, come merge if I do make it that far. Well, I am trying to make it that far because, like, post-merge boot, like, who is that? Not me. And, like, I just don't want to have to make tough decisions, and like I've already thrown out Donut's name. So like I'm hoping it just sticks, and like that's the votes, and that's what we're going through. And I know I did mention about like Donnie kind of like being untrustworthy, but I think right now my best move is just to not make any waves, considering how much of a presence he has like on this tribe right now. And like if I feel like if I were to mention his name, it would get back to him like immediately, and like I'd be like in trouble, so even though I do have like protection, like security, like the idol that I have, I can't like I don't want to use that right now. Like in this stage of the game where I still feel like it's pretty early. But yeah, like I'm hoping that I can connect with everybody and hope that they'll all be on board with a Donut's votes, because Donut still has not responded to me. I'm going to send another text. Hopefully he'll respond. If he doesn't, then it'll just make this vote one hell of a lot easier for me. Anyways. Okay, so I just got finished watching a movie that my sister literally was like, watch it or you're gonna die. I'm kidding, but like that's how it felt. Anyways, so during this movie, like mainly in the beginning, I was also texting like everybody and like essentially trying to see like where their heads were at. And honestly, it did not take a lot for me to be like spill the tea on Donnie, because Mia was like, oh, I don't know, I have a fuck, I can't talk. I have a bad feeling like about Donnie, whatever. Like I feel funny about him. And that I was just like, say less, like here's all the team. And so now she knows. So like she knows, and she's on board with the Donnie vote. And I told her like, Blue would also be like down with that vote. And she was like, all right, like period, like 4 votes. And I was like, hold on, 1, 2, 3, who's the 4th one? And she was like, oh, Donut. And I was like, shit, because like I kind of threw out Donut's name as like a initial, like, he didn't talk to me, like I'm just gonna throw his name out like for shits and giggles, kind of like throwing out. And so I think Donnie thinks I'm voting for Donut, while I've been contacting everybody else about voting him. And I also sent like a message to Blue saying like for when he wakes up, like, like this is what's going down. You know, whatever. So I'm hoping that like people think I'm right and they're like, okay, you know, this guy's gonna go, and don't think it, and that somehow he's not manipulating things on his side to where he's targeting like me or like Blue, because that would not be cool. And yeah, that wouldn't be very nice if like I were voted out because, you know, pre-merge, like, ew, gross, disgusting. But yeah. Thing else I also realize is that like the people who have been getting eliminated are the people who I've like kind of been allied with. So like Alex, Chase. I mean, Chase doesn't count because like we technically like haven't met in the game or whatever. Like we haven't interacted with each other or whatever. But like, I feel like, you know, if he had survived the hotel thing and made it this far, we could have maybe been allies. But I mean, I knew like at one point he would try to like backstab me, but like, I mean, I don't know, such a tragedy that he'd be working. Anyways, also there's Alex, Chase, and there's Link, R.I.P. I felt like that could have developed into something more ally worthy, because like we did talk quite a bit, and you know, going back to like one of my previous voice notes about how Gumby gave immunity to Daphne, which I kind of disagree on, because like I said before, like Daphne could have easily managed her way around while Link was kind of struggling, and that Link did mention that he was also getting along with Gumby, which I'm just I have to ask Gumby about like all the tea that happened, because what the fuck. So yeah, I'm not sure how this will prep me up for merge. I mean, I'm hoping that like working with Mia will get me through this. And honestly, like, okay, I should definitely have my thoughts in order before I start recording one of these, because it's like, why am I like this? Because I also had another thought come in mind that like now that if you know this is successful, and I somehow make it through this and Donnie is gone, I think I would still want to work with Mia, but also like I'm not sure about her previous connections like with other tribes, like, because you know she's been in tribal before and somehow has come out like without a scratch, or I don't know. So yeah, like I'm gonna start forming a hit list and it consists of Donnie, Daphne, and now Mia, because there's just something off here that I feel like I'm starting to catch on to, but you know, I can't like, you know how like they say in like true crime cases, they're like, oh, the evidence is like circumstantial. That's how I feel like right now. Like circumstantial evidence is what's present, and I can't quite seem to like, you know, put my finger as to why like something's not right here. But regardless, hopefully if I like, you know, reunite with my old tribe mates, I could have a sort of backup plan for when like, you know, shit goes down, if I go towards that direction and, grow some more. See, I don't think growing balls should be like the saying here, Grow some courage to go against bigger threats. Because, now that my hit list is a thing, I should make it a goal to, get those out just so my chances of winning are better. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. Hopefully not, because that'd be a little embarrassing, but...
And we lost. Although I will say that I think that everybody on the tribe really did well and really put in a massive effort, and it really was a fun challenge. So now that we lost, I think I'm pretty scared because I was just thinking I'm feeling pretty comfortable. And when you're feeling comfortable, that's when you're supposed to realize that, oh shoot, maybe I'm in danger. I have this Yagomate strong 4 alliance called the O Geniuses. Will that hold? That's the question. I haven't talked to Mia at all. A couple of minutes here and there, but no strategy at all. As of Donuts, I've talked to him in the beginning of the game on the first Yagomate tribe. But no strategy except the O Geniuses. And it's not really strategy, so I think Mia's trying to keep a under the radar game, a good social game. I think Donut's doing the same. So are these people I can really trust? I don't know. But then again, I'm not sure if I can really go behind their back and vote one of them, because we're 4, so if I betray, there are gonna be 3 people or 2 people that are gonna be mad at me. So I'm not sure if it's worth it to switch sides. I have talked to Donnie a lot, and at first I didn't feel like I could trust him, but I feel like he could be a really, really great ally. I really want to keep him. That's someone I really want to keep. And I think that Moonlight is someone I really want to keep too. Maybe I'm gonna stay with the 4 Yago Strong, and we're gonna vote one of the 3 other, or I could go with them and get rid of a potential future threat like Mia. Who knows? I don't know. Will this move put me in the spotlight? Probably. Do I want to be on the spotlight? No, but yes, not yet. So that's what I've discussed to Donnie. We were should we take action now? And I was nah, not yet. Maybe let's just wait a bit. So, my list of allies is piling up, right? I have Moonlight, Snowy, Craig, James, Donnie. It's all over the place. Even Rossi. I've talked good game with Rossi, and she was pretty direct with me. She has nothing to lose because, she went direct with me. She just said, I think Donuts has been not really helpful. I was oop. And she were but it wasn't 100% I want to vote him out, And I was oh no, yeah girl, I get what you're saying. So, I don't know, I'll keep lurking in the shadows, trying to collect informations. I need to talk to Moonlight, I need to talk to Mia, because me and Donnie, we've set up this little plan that we're both gonna talk to Mia and trying to see where her head's at. But I'm not gonna DM Mia, I'm just gonna take what she says in the O Geniuses and tell Donnie that I DM'd her, but I'm not gonna DM her. It's too risky. I'm just gonna say that she wants one of the 3 out, and I'm gonna see what Donnie and Mia said, and I'm gonna see what Donnie say that Mia has told him. So maybe I can get some good info about where Mia's mind is really.
So, as you can probably already tell, Yagomate lost immunity that round and they were set to go to Tribal Council. Now, based on the issues that we had talked about at the beginning of this episode, Donut ended up getting kicked. We ended up kicking Donut from the game. No, you do not pass go. You do not collect $200. You do not go to the Island of the Dead. There was alternate accounts used in the Discord that were used towards the means of cheating, as well as not following the basic rules of answering the tribal questions and doing confessionals and just respecting production. So we ended up kicking him. You know, it's sad. It's sad to see the game affected by something that isn't gameplay, but we felt that this was ultimately the best decision in order to keep, you know, everything as fair as possible throughout the game, even though we did have to intervene in order to do that. So we hope that everybody respects our decision. It was something that we talked about in the Discord, but it is still an open conversation that we can have down in the comments below if that is something that you guys would like to ask about or learn more details about. Before we go, I obviously did not include Donut anymore in this episode, but we do have a couple more castmates' thoughts before we end this episode on the issue, and then we'll close it out there. Plus, don't worry, it doesn't matter that much. Next round's a double elimination. Oh,
It's Mia, back again. 4th tribal. I live. I'm officially the only person to go through 4 tribals in this game and live because Donut pulled an absolute moron, and did not show up and disrespected the rules and did not do what he's supposed to do. So unfortunately, my number 1 in this game so far is kaput. But good riddance, because I don't like anybody who's going to tell me to go screw myself as soon as I tell them that they screwed up. And not even in unkind terms. They complained to me after he'd been kicked, about 15 minutes after. I said, you know, that's your fault. You had 24 hours, man. You had 24 hours to write 2 sentences, or even 1 sentence, and you just didn't do it. So, I told you that much. I wasn't even unkind about it. I said, you know, good luck in your next org. And I got told to screw myself. So, red flag, bye. Anyways, so Donut's gone. There was no tribal. The O Geniuses will continue as a 3 group, and we're gonna get Donnie to work with us some more, because Donnie is a strong challenge player. So the plan is still Rossi as a whole, which sucks, because I don't want to like go against what Donut wants. Not what Donut. What Blue wants. Because I like Blue, and Blue is pretty upfront, but he's also very impulsive. He's not thinking of the long term. He just wants Donnie out now. But Donnie's good for winning challenges at the moment, so hopefully we'll win the next one and we won't have to go to tribal again, because this was stressful. But it's actually kind of good though that Donut's gone, because it means I didn't step on anybody's feet this time, so I can maintain my relationships with them pretty well for the time being. So, you know, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. We'll see though. Yeah, bye.
Listen, I get people have lives and whatever, but that does not, I don't put up with shit like this. I do not put up with shit. Intolerance to an org that's fairly brand new. So for Donut to be a smartass, well, a dumbass in this case, and blatantly just be toxic, I don't put up with that, and I will never put up with that. And I will tell you right now, if he does DM me postseason, which probably he might not, because I was not as close to him. I only needed him for a number. I only needed to take out a big threat. I did my part, and I did my job. But it does not give an excuse for him to coast. Because if you coast, then you're pretty much looking like a deadbeat. So, if he tries anything with me, I will block him and I will cancel him forever and for good. Point blank, period.